Hello everyone, I am Sneha Rajput. Today we are going to study on the topic called Contract of Indemnity and Guarantee. Let's begin with the Contract of Indemnity. According to Section 124, a contract by which one party promises to save the other from loss caused to win by the conduct of promisor himself or by the conduct of any other person is called a contract of indemnity. Here, indemnity means an act to compensate or protect somebody from the loss or make good to the loss. When one person promises to another person that in case another person suffers from some loss, the first person will compensate the loss. Let's understand with an example. A person has a contract with the fire insurance company and subsequently he suffered from some losses due to fire. In this case, he need not worry because insurance company will compensate for the loss as it was a contract of indemnity. Here, person who saved from the loss is called as an indemnified or indemnity holder, and the insurance company is known as an indemnifier. As we know, there are two parties under indemnity contract. The person who promises to indemnify for a loss is the indemnifier. On the other hand, the person whose losses the indemnifier promises to make good is the indemnified. We can also refer to the indemnified party as the indemnity holder. Let's understand the rights of each party. Rights of indemnity holder. First, right to recover damages, where he is entitled to recover all the damages which he might have been compelled to pay in any suit in respect of any matter covered by the contract. Second, right to recover cost. He is entitled to recover all the costs incidental to the institution and defending of the suit. Third, right to recover sums paid under compromise. He is entitled to recover all amounts which he had paid under the terms of compromise of such suit. However, the compensation must not be against the direction of the indemnifier. It must be prudent and authorized by the indemnifier. Fourth, right to sue for specific performance. He is entitled to sue for specific performance if he has incurred absolute liability and the contract covers such liability. The promise in a contract of indemnity, acting within the scope of his authority, is entitled to recover from the promisor. It is important to note here that the right to indemnity cannot be claimed of dishonesty, lack of good faith, and contravention of the promisor request. However, right cannot be negativated in case of oversight. Rights of indemnifier. According to Section 125 of the Act only lays down the rights of the indemnified and is quite silent of the rights of indemnifier, as if the indemnifiers has no rights but only liability towards the indemnified. First, rights under doctrine of subrogation. Second, to sue against third party after indemnifying the indemnity holder. Third, not to compensate for losses not recovered under contract of indemnity. Essential features of contract of indemnity. A contract of indemnity is a security for an anticipated loss. It covers the loss suffered by the concerned party or a third party and is of special nature. A contract of indemnity must fulfill all the essentials of valid contract like lawful object, free consent, capable parties, consideration, etc. It may be made expressively or impliedly. It covers only the loss caused by an event mentioned in the contract. It covers the promised loss. It is dependent on the good faith or prudence of concerned party. Let's understand the contract of guarantee. According to Section 126 of Indian Contract Act 1872, define contract of guarantee. A contract of guarantee is a contract to perform the promise or discharge the liability of a third person in case of his default. A guarantee may be either written or oral. Let's understand with an example. There are three people A, B and C. A goes to B to borrow 1 lakh rupee and here B says, I don't trust you and I won't give you the money. Now here C, who is reputed businessman, says that I will pay if A does not pay and B lends money to A on C's assurance. In this, A will be considered as principal debtor, B will be the creditor, and C is a surety. As we know, there are three parties under contract of guarantee. First, surety. The person who gives the guarantee is called the surety. Person giving guarantee is also called as the guarantor. Second, principal debtor. The person in respect of whose the default guarantee is given is called the principal debtor. Third, creditor. The person to whom the guarantee is given is called creditor. These three parties are involved in contract of guarantee. Contract between any two of them is not a contract of guarantee. It may be a contract of indemnity. There are 9 kinds of guarantee. First, absolute guarantee, which is unconditional guarantee by surety. Second, conditional guarantee, enforceable when contingency along with default happens. Third, retrospective guarantee, given for existing debt. Fourth, prospective guarantee, given for future debt. Fifth, limited guarantee for a single transaction. Sixth, unlimited guarantee, unlimited as to time or amount. Seventh, general guarantee for the acceptance by the public generally. Eighth, special guarantee for acceptance by the particular person. Ninth, continuing guarantee extend to series of transactions. Essential features of contract of guarantee. The contract of guarantee must be in written form, a tripartite concurrent agreement between creditor, surety, and principal debtor. There must not be any misrepresentation or concealment of the facts regarding the contract, a security for repayment of debt or performance of promise, no direct consideration between the surety and the creditor. Consideration of principal debtor is considered to be sufficient for the surety. Thank you for watching the video.